starting this podcast now. We have no idea what we're going to do it on. My name's Mark.
Yes.
And I'm here with Frank.
Yes, we have no idea. We're trying to be podcast guys.
Yeah, but we have no experience. So we were talking about the dynamic. So like, I don't remember like how this is going to work or whatever, but apparently, like, what were you saying about dynamics?
Well, I was saying, I know Mark. Let's introduce ourselves first. I'm an entrepreneur, and Mark used to be a pilot, and now he's an entrepreneur.
Well, not really. And as far as entrepreneurs go, I'm like a small pussy ass guy. Like, I'm a fucking speck of shit today, but who knows where I'll be in a couple of years. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Yeah. So we have a mutual friend in common, one of my business partners, and we met during COVID, and we said, my friend said, let's go to Mexico.
Yes, it was Paul.
Which is the thing you do during COVID, you know.
Yeah.
But we were very safe, though. We were very safe. We were wearing masks the whole time. You know?
No, actually, I tested positive 2 days ago. So, but it's all good. Fuck, man.
So yeah, me and Mark don't really know each other that well. We kind of just partied in Mexico together, and I learned a little bit about him. He speaks Spanish fluently because he as well was. We were both obsessed with Spanish girls. I had a Spanish girlfriend.
Dude, you can't say this, right? This is like, we're going too deep in the first episode.
It's all right. It's okay.
We're going through like 1 minute and 52 seconds in, and we can't talk about our obsession with Latinos already.
I think we should. All right.
No, we can't.
We can. Wait. Do you actually want to delete this and start over?
No. Oh, I can't delete this yet.
No. Okay. So we're not going to delete it. So we both had an obsession with Latinas. I dated a Mexican girl.
I have an ongoing obsession with Latinas. I can't say that actually on the air. But anyway, okay, go ahead. Go. So what were you saying?
Well, I dated. I'm divorced. First of all, I was married for a few years. Got divorced, you know, and right after.
Can you tell us more about the story of your divorce?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I married my first girlfriend. You see, so now I give my kids.
How old are you?
20, 21, something like that. I was in a band before, and I don't know. I had an old dad, right? My dad was like 80 something years old when he died, and my whole childhood I was like, oh my God, my dad's gonna die any day now, and that's like at 6 years old, right? Thinking that it's not really fun. So it wasn't.
Some people don't know their dads, so.
Yeah, so it wasn't so bad. I had a great dad. He was retired, so he's always there to pick me up from school and stuff. But like, he was old, and he wasn't one of those old guys that kept in shape or anything, right? He liked to watch television and eat at restaurants, and so he didn't exercise ever, so he wasn't really in shape. So he lived actually very long. The thing is, he wasn't a stressed out guy or anything, so he lived 80, 84 or something like that. And so I always thought, as growing up, I'm like, man, I probably want to have kids at a younger age. So when I was like 20 something, even though I never even had my first girlfriend, I was like already thinking, man, after being in a band, I was done with being in band. I wanted to record music full time. And I said, it'd be a good idea if I recorded music full time and got married and had kids.
I don't know what the fuck you were thinking there, but okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I did it, and I lived in my mom's basement recording music, and being married, and
Wait, you were married when you were living in your mom's basement?
Correct. Yeah, because when you get married at 20 something years old.
Oh shit, true, dude. I thought you were like 29 or something, but I mean, the way it's going for me anyway, I'm gonna live in I'm not gonna live in my mom's basement. I mean, I'm in a basement right now, but anyway, continue. Yeah. I'm 27, and I lost my job because of COVID and stuff. So like whatever, but that's another story. We can get in that a little bit.
Dude, this is great. We're gonna go all over the place here. We're gonna go from being a pilot, going to Mexico during COVID times, to being married. But yeah, I got married.
By the way, hold on. Let me just do a little aside here. But like, by the way, for anybody who's dumb enough to be listening right now, like, This is our first episode. We have no idea where we're going with this. This is like we have some stuff we want to kind of talk about, but we literally have no clue.
Well, we originally said we were going to do a mindset podcast on business.
No, well, like like jokingly, you know.
Yeah, but whatever. We're just going to
anyway.
shoot the shit. Shoot the shit. So
All right, okay, and drink a little.
Okay,
bit. I'm having.
but
what are you
sure,
drinking?
cut,
sorry. I cut you off about the story about your.
No, it's fine. You should cut me off all the time, or else I'll just blab the whole time. It'll be boring.
Okay.
Right. So I'm drinking white wine right now. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking rum and coke. And honestly, I'm
Great,
vaping
great.
a little bit. I've got back on that after Mexico, even though I quit for like 2 weeks. I drank and then I was like, shit, man, this nicotine thing, I don't know. You know, nicotine's fucked, dude. Because nicotine is like one of those drugs or whatever, but like it's so like subtle and like you build such a tolerance to it that it doesn't get you high, and like all you need to do like with nicotine is like, man, you just like forget about it for 2 weeks, and then the problem is like you take one puff off a cigarette or something when you're drunk, and it's just like you have the craziest head rush, and then like 3 days later you're smoking again, or vaping or whatever, and like it's just like I
can't relate. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. I've tried weed before. I heard it's similar, right? But
no, man, not even close.
Yeah, never smoked. Never smoked.
Sorry, okay, so what else can we talk about here? Sorry for the listeners.
Well, I was talking about the divorce life and living in my mom's basement for a bit.
Okay, so talk about your mom's basement.
But yeah, like you asked me why were you living with your mom?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably could have like moved out or whatever, but like I was recording a bunch of metal bands. So for me, I thought, oh, okay, this is okay. Well, I mean, I was 20 something years old, and so I started recording and making a little bit of money recording bands and stuff. And then I got married. And then instead of being like, oh, let's go find our own place so we could be independent and all that, I said, well, I already got a home studio in my mom's basement. We lived in a duplex. So I said, let's just live upstairs on top of my, like a floor above my parents. And I would record music downstairs and live the married life, with kids and stuff. But
how old were you when you had your first kid?
21, I think. Yeah.
Shit,
I think so.
dude, that's nuts, bro.
That's nuts. And I was in Texas actually when I found out. I was recording a girl there.
Like audio recording?
I was recording a young billionaire girl. I told you.
Whoa, you got to tell us more about that. Like, what do you mean?
Well, that's a story I always brag about. So
a real billionaire?
I recorded a real billionaire.
Okay. Is it
because,
like confidential who it was?
No, not well. I'm not going to mention it, but like, okay. So the backstory is I used to be in a band, and when I was in a band, there was a guy that managed my band, and he used to be the Continental Records, which was the same record. It's a record label that this guy Lou Pearlman started, and he did it by scam. He funded the record label by scamming people. And by the way, this is a pretty big label. He released Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, and he did a Ponzi scheme where he was like, "Hey guys, invest in this, whatever that thing was, and you'll make money." And then he keeps them up to date. Yeah, you're making tons of money. You're making a lot of money. And then those people would get other people to do it, and those poor people would lose all their money. And that guy went to prison, and I don't know, died in prison. I don't know what happened to him, but my buddy worked as for that record label. And so I'm in a metal band, and I get an email from this guy, and his resume is like, whoa, he's a pilot, and he's the top of this record label.
Whoa, he's a pilot?
Yeah, and I was like, man, this is going to be a good situation for a metal band, right? Well,
yeah.
Not really.
Wait. What do you mean? He was applying for a job? Or he was applying to get recorded?
He wanted to be our manager. Like,
okay.
It probably
wait. For your band. Oh, for your band.
Yeah, for the band.
Oh, okay.
It probably
would have been
the
band.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a metal
and
80s
it was like,
band.
did you guys like did you guys like dress up and shit and wear like nail polish?
Yeah, a little bit of that in the year 2003. But
fuck, man, that back in the day.
Yeah, we never had success. But
you were touring. You didn't have like groupies and stuff?
The thing is, we got to tour all around the world, right?
Yeah.
Europe, America, Canada, and we got to tour with bands that later became millionaire type bands. Big bands that are still around today.
Okay,
and
which ones?
Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh shit! Wow. Okay.
A Day to Remember, The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
I would say the two big ones was A Day to Remember and Bring Me the Horizon. Really great songwriters. So we toured with those bands, and we were not like good songwriters, but we had fun, and we had a little bit of a cult-like following for doing. We did like a mixture of 80s music meets metalcore. Meanwhile, A Day to Remember was doing a mixture of pop punk meets hardcore. And then Bring Me the Horizon, when we toured with them, they were just doing like deathcore and like really heavy metal. And now they're kind of like a heavy metal pop band of some sort, but they're doing really well, really well. And so when I was recording bands in my mom's basement, I would have these bands come over in like A Day to Remember shirts and Bring Me the Horizon shirts, and I'd be like, man, I'm such a failure. I'm recording these bands in my mom's basement.
Wait, you recorded like Bring Me the Horizon shit in your mom's basement?
No, but I did record a band in All Ships that became a signed band later on
Shit,
in my
that's pretty cool, though.
mom's basement. Yeah,
I think that's a cool story. Dude, you got to tell it. You got to, I mean, we can't just talk about like all our shit forever, but like, dude, you got to tell the story about how you built a business that was making like fucking like, I don't know how much a month, like $300,000, $400,000. They got it stolen from you. That's a fucked up
sure.
story. Can we talk about that or no? Or is that like,
no, we could talk about that. I mean, I don't think I could get sued for that. So, well, I mean, okay, so I got married.
Hold on. We hold on. We have to reorient ourselves here. Sorry once again for the 1.5 people who are listening. We're still, like, don't forget, we're going through our growing pains. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We just met some people. I met Frank in Mexico, and we're like, oh, we're pretty funny guys, and we have, like, good mix. And we figured, well, we didn't actually.
By the way, we went to Mexico. We went to Mexico. We came back. We did our 14-day quarantine. And when we go out, we wear a mask. We make sure not to infect anyone. You know, we vacation responsibly.
No, we didn't. I got tested positive for COVID. But, actually, you know what's fucked? Okay, so look, here's the story of Mexico. We fucking had a great time in Mexico. We did things that were legal in Mexico that were illegal here in terms of, like, COVID and stuff. But we all got tested 3 days before coming back, and we were all negative. But then we all got back, and we were sick at the same time. And I learned recently that you can test positive for 90 days after having COVID. And actually, the new health policy is they don't do follow-up tests anymore. So if you get COVID, don't get tested because then you'll be able to leave your house. And so now technically I'm in quarantine for another 10 days since I got tested last week just so I could go back to work. But the girl who called me was like, wow, you're really stupid for getting tested again. But my work needed a negative test, but I guess that's not the case anymore. So I'll probably just be working from home forever, which is kind of a blessing and a curse. I don't know. I kind of like going outside, but working from home is also chill. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Little bit of an aside there, but yeah, COVID is fucking. Well, let's not get on COVID. You know what I mean? Let's not talk about COVID. But anyway.
Yeah, we could get to COVID later on.
Yeah.
So you want me to talk about lawsuits?
Yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest.
No?
Yeah. Talk about the lawsuit.
Okay,
tell us. Okay, we got to figure out what we're doing with this podcast. Like I said, we don't know.
Well, they're just getting to know us in this podcast. So, I mean, we could talk about that a lot.
Yeah, true. I guess we could just like talk about ourselves. So yeah, okay. Well, tell us that story. Like, what's the story when you meet someone? Everyone's like, okay, shit. Like you tell that story, like the story you told like 8 million times. You know what I mean?
Well, I haven't told this story too many times because it kind of just happened to me. But I mean, it's kind of a funny story, right? I told you a little bit about it in Mexico.
Oh my God, dude. Oh shit,
what?
Sorry. I thought I wasn't recording. Oh no, I'm recording. It's okay. Sorry. Keep going.
That's good. But yeah, so the lawsuit story. So I did the home recording thing. During the home recording thing, I was like, man, I can't see myself doing this till 50 years old. So I wanted to start a business, and I was just like brainstorming every night what type of business I could start. And the story about how I started a furniture company is I had a nice, comfy chair that I worked on. I had well, I mean, when I was working in the recording business, I was like, man, I'm sitting down all day long, so I need to make sure my chair is the most comfortable chair ever. So I went on Kijiji, which is like the Craigslist of Canada, and I found this super comfy leather office chair. And eventually it started falling apart on me, and I was like, man, I need to get another chair like this. So I looked it up on Google, and I found that this chair cost around $900 to $1,500 to buy. And then I fell on the Alibaba, and the Alibaba, it cost like, $50, $100 to buy. And I said, my God, those are amazing margins. What am I doing in the recording world? I should be selling office chairs.
Wait, whoa, what were the margins?
Well, when I looked at it on Alibaba, it might have been like, let's say $50, $70 to buy an office chair, but it was like, let's say it's a leather office chair, so you could buy it in PU leather, fake leather basically, or you could buy it in a real leather.
PU leather is faux?
Yeah, PU as polyurethane or whatever.
Okay.
And so I saw that, and the margins looked amazing. So I was like, oh my God, I should start an office chair business or an office furniture business.
Yeah.
And I found out that the design that I bought was actually a famous designer named Charles Ray Eames.
Wait, so it was like copyrighted or something, or like you patented it or whatever?
A lot of big companies sell the Charles Ray Eames knockoffs, like the dining chairs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not sure if it's illegal or not, but I asked my friend who was really into furniture. I said, "Have you ever heard of Charles Ray Eames?" He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get their dining chairs." So then it clicked. Okay, I should sell dining chairs because you could. The cool thing about dining chairs, you could sell 3 or 4. Well, 2 to 4, 6 at a time, right?
Yeah.
8, whatever. So I said, "Man, that sounds like a good business. I'm gonna do it."
Just like that. You were like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah, it was impulse. It was impulse, but
you didn't even look at like shipping costs or anything. You were just like, "Dude, I'm doing it."
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. That was good.
I'm gonna go on a quick aside here, so just like hold that. But you know what? Look, like even with me in like my business, I think that it's kind of interesting with like businesses because like when I was younger, I used to think a lot of people were like. Or like specifically businesses that, oh man, all these business people, they're super calculated, they're super this and that. But the more I get older, the more I realize that like there's different types of business personalities. And I think that there's a lot of people who are afraid of starting businesses because of losing money and shit. But the reality is like, I don't know. I feel like it's like if you're going to take it seriously, you're better off being in the business, like losing money versus like just sitting on the sidelines and doing nothing. And so like even me when I started my business, which is really like it's nothing as we talk today in terms of like big revenues and stuff, but it's still I'm profitable and like obviously it's not life-changing money right now, but it's kind of crazy how much money you can make in business and like it's kind of crazy. You go to school for all this shit and like man, like to make like nothing and bust your ass. But I don't know, the products that I have that are selling, man, like let's say I'm at 20 sales today, 20 units, and I've made like, what is that, like before ads, almost like 300 US, and that's like, I haven't done shit all day. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's a little bit of an aside, but yeah, sorry. Okay, what were you saying? That's a flex. That's not meant to be a flex, guys. It's just saying, like, if you want to start a business, don't be a pussy, just do it. Anyway, go ahead.
Just do it. Yeah.
So, okay,
you were doing the pilot life, or you started your business during the pilot life, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. But I honestly look. I've done a lot of dumb shit in my life. Like I tried to start. This business was really dumb, but I tried to do water soluble THC, and because I thought that.
Well, dude, I could outdumb you. I was going to talk about my impulse decisions, right? Because I made a good impulse decision at that point with the chairs, but I made another one that lost a lot of money.
The thing is, though, you also.
What was your thing? What was your thing
the one thing that what? My thing that what? Made money or lost money?
Said was dumb.
Well, it was so. Look, the thing is, I don't know. I was younger, and I was like, man, I'm going to start a business, and it's kind of dumb because. What I've realized with business is that there's certain markets that you just can't do. Like, for example, you're limited by your cash flow. So, if you want to compete with SpaceX, right, you literally need billions of dollars. And so my idea wasn't necessarily bad, but was I going to be the one to execute it? Probably not. Like, is it
what was your idea?
It was water soluble THC. So, like when weed was getting legalized, There was this huge buzz about drinks, but because THC is an oil, you need to find a way to to dissolve it into a liquid, right? And because I don't know how much experience you have with marijuana, but that kind of oil, you have to, when you're making anything with it, you have to dissolve it in butter or oil or something else that is that it's able to dissolve it in. But you can't dissolve THC into water. First of all, because it's very viscous, and number two, because it's oil. I mean, not first of all because it's viscous. Number one, first of all, it makes it hard because it's oil, so it's not soluble in water. And so I figured, what we could do is make a water-soluble THC, which is not necessarily that difficult to do in a crude manner. But the thing is, so I actually got two chemists together and we made it. We made a powder that you could so it had THC concentrate in it, which I will not say where we got it from, but it was a THC concentrate, and you could essentially it was I don't remember the technical term for it, but it became water soluble. So you mixed it with an emulsifier, and you could like put this powder into water and drink it and get high. And so my reasoning behind this thing was like, okay, look, like we could wholesale this powder to like beverage companies, and that, you know, they can use this. But the reality is, you know, look, we're just these small guys, and maybe I could have pulled it off, but I have no background in chemistry.
Let me understand this. So this is like water soluble. So like that's if someone wants to make an orange juice with
exactly
like, THC in it or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, or like
does that go into only liquids? Like only like could a cookie company buy it and put it in their cookies?
Yeah, you could bake with it, but it's probably not. It probably didn't make sense to use that because you're adding an extra step and all this cost. And you could add, I mean, at that point, it's much easier just to mix it with, like, if you're going to cook with it, it's much better to just put it in oil. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, like, that powder is not necessarily tasteless. It does have a taste.
Why did you say it's a stupid idea? Is it stupid?
Well, look, it's not stupid, but okay. Well, it's kind of dumb because, look, who are you competing with, and how much money do you have, right? Like, the thing is, like, that kind of business. I mean, look, are there really stupid ideas? No, it's just the chance of that working and the chance of that.
Couldn't it have been like a packet where it's like, yeah, put it in your favorite energy drink?
But, dude, that's the thing is there's actually a company. I don't know if I could tell this story, but there's a company in Colorado that did this, and I actually got their product, and ours was, like, pretty comparable to theirs. Like, honestly, but we made ours in a fucking kitchen. And the thing is, though, is like, look, the reason why it was dumb is because just to legally get into the market, you needed $1 million. You know what I mean? Before even making a sale. So just the upfront cost was $1 million. So like you needed a lab and shit. And so the thing is, like, what we were doing was pretty much illegal. I mean, I don't know if I should be saying that, but it was pretty much illegal. And you know, for us to really ever make a legal sale to anybody, you know, we need $1 million. We need a fucking lab. We need probably like just like $1 million in licensing, and then, you know, who knows how much for the rest. And then like I think I did a business plan. I actually talked to an investment banker about this, like no joke, but like you know, he liked the product, I think, and he was actually involved with a marijuana. I'm probably gonna have to cut this out, but. The thing is, like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's not the kind of – there's a lot of, like, chemistry. I mean, there's just a lot of legal steps and Health Canada shit. You know what I mean? You need to, like – it's because it's edible. You need to deal with all this stuff because it's marijuana. It's new. And, like, dude, that's the kind of business where I think you need, like, $20 to $50 million to start it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to start that on a shoestring budget and be successful, in my opinion. Because, first of all, it's a product-based business, so you gotta do some R&D and shit. And then first of all, yeah, it's a product-based business, so you need inventory. And then number two, you're gonna have to all that R&D costs. So there's just a lot of upfront costs. You know what I mean? And so, and not only that, it's like a chemical. Well, not that everything's a chemical, but there's just a lot of barriers. And I don't think that I was the guy, or we had the team to execute on that, or the budget. So we were just it was just kind of something out of our league that I think was like, oh fuck, look, dude, we can make millions of dollars on this shit. But you know what I mean? Like,
how long did you spend?
Probably just like 8 months, just like 8 months. And then I was like, yeah, this is fucking dumb. You know what I mean? But not even, I don't know. So, but we, you know, I didn't really take it as serious as I should have, but it was funny. We wanted to call it Teapot. You know what I mean? Because originally we started out with like weed tea, you know what I mean? But The thing is, I think the way I came up with this is like, oh, like a weed tea. But the thing is, if you take just regular weed and you put it in your tea, you're not going to get nearly as high, because the weed itself has not been like cooked. You have to like, when you smoke it, it's called decarboxylating, I think it is, decarbing. And so like the efficiency, like if you eat raw weed, you'll get high, but you have to eat like 10 times the amount. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
but like anyway, so like so I was like, fuck, we can make like weed tea, and then like we could use 1/10 of the amount, or just like use a concentrate that's water soluble and put it in like tea packets and drink it, and you'll get fucking blazed, and it'll be cost effective. And like that's how we started. So we're like, hey, we're gonna call it Teapot. You know what I mean? And then I realized like, oh, why don't we just sell this fucking powder to people instead of making a weed tea brand? And anyway, yeah. So that's kind of the story on that. I mean, you could go deeper into that, but that was fucking dumb. I wasn't dumb. It was just I was out of my league. I was trying to way out of my league, way too much.
But it's a good idea, but it just took too much capital, right?
Yeah, exactly. Very capital intensive, and there's a lot of risk and uncertainty, and and we actually bought these fake Keurig cups from China, and we put the fucking powder in like Keurig cups. And we put it in a Keurig, and then we fucking you could like press it, and you'd fucking have a weed coffee. It's pretty cool, But like I said, once again, it was like really crude.
This sounds like, well, you put 8 months into this really detailed idea. I was just talking about having a stupid impulse idea, but mine was truly stupid. Like yours doesn't sound too stupid. It sounds like you could have made it work. For me, I was in that period where I wanted to find a way out of recording, and I was just like, what can I do? I thought of the furniture idea. After the furniture idea, how I started the furniture company, I ordered 100 of those dining chairs. That's how I started.
Yeah.
Just 100. Wasn't super, big investment or anything. And then instead of focusing on the furniture company, which turned out to be the multi-million dollar idea, I then put a few months of my time into joining a country music festival called Saint Tite Festival.
Oh, dude, that's the shit. That thing's pretty cool. I've never been actually, but I've heard about it.
It's cool. It's very cool. I was recording a band, and the guy told me, he was like, "Man, we went to Saint Tite Festival last year, and man, it was crazy. People are drunk, and we were selling T-shirts. We sold thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of T-shirts." So I said, "Okay, I'm going to go to Saint Tite Festival and sell T-shirts to drunk people. That sounds like a good idea." So I ordered $9,000 worth of animal T-shirts, like wolf T-shirts, bear T-shirts, eagle T-shirts. Funny animal T-shirts that you would probably find at a country music festival, right?
Yeah.
At a French.
Did you have to get a booth?
I got a booth. I think I rented the booth was like $4,000. I got a van for like $1,000. I don't remember, but my total amount invested into this project was $15,000. I invested more money and time into this project than the furniture project, and I lost everything. I went to the. Well, I pretty much. I went to the not furniture fair. I went to this fair. And I mean, I should have. Look, this is when I say stupid, I literally mean stupid. Like if I told this on a date, which I think I have told it on a date, the girl was probably like, "I shouldn't have kids with this guy." Like, I went to this fair with like 4 T-shirt designs. 4. Okay, but I learned a lot.
How much of each SKU? How much of each product did you have?
I don't know. The total was like I said, I spent $9,000 on these T-shirts. So lots of, small, medium, larger, whatever.
But landed though, 9,000 like at your door.
Yeah, 9,000 at my door. And the thing is, here, it wouldn't have been stupid if I would have chosen the right product. Like the thing that was popular at the time was the Sons of Anarchy. I'm not saying you should rip off Sons of Anarchy T-shirts, but if I could go back in time, I would have ripped off the Sons of Anarchy T-shirts illegally and sold those, because those were the ones that were selling like hotcakes. And so if I had a bunch of those, I would have been okay. I would have made some profit. But I went in with the wrong designs. I thought in my head was funny, and I just sat there the whole time while the guy next to me was selling cheap jewelry like super fast. And in my head, I was just thinking, well, at least I'm coming home to my furniture company that I'm going to start. And I launched a furniture company.
15 grand. Fuck, that's a lot of money, dude. How old were you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was 27 or 28. I think I started the furniture company at 28 years old. But then I launched a furniture company, and like, it became
But let's talk about the furniture company, though.
Well, okay, so I launched a furniture company with those chairs, right?
Yeah.
And while advertising, I figured out Facebook ads. That's the first thing that made things work out. Of course, I was doing the Facebook ads in 2016. I realized it was like a gold mine. And while I was advertising the chairs, I was using this picture that I found on the internet, and someone said, "Hey, do you sell that table, that beautiful wooden table?" I said, "No, I don't." But then I started looking up wooden tables, and I found this company in Montreal that were selling these tables for like a few $1,000s. And I was like, okay, well, I could just import these tables and sell them for less and probably bankrupt this company, which I kind of did later on. We hired some of their employees, and their employees told us, the employees told us, the owners think that you're part of the reason why they went bankrupt, because we brought in these live edge tables and we sold them. Like, we had our warehouse and we had our showroom, so it was kind of like an IKEA setup. So I would just roll out the tables into the showroom, make the sale of the table. And then there's not much touch per cost, because when you sold the table, it could just go in the person's car, you deliver it or whatever off the wall, versus the competitor had multiple stores, so they had their central location, and they had to deliver the tables from the central location to the store. Once the sale's made, if there's a defect on the table, it would then have to go from the store to the central location where it would get fixed, and then it would get delivered to the customer. There was much more touch per cost, so we had less touch per cost. So I knew, okay, I could probably bankrupt this business. And we grew really fast. Like, in a couple of months, we were doing $380,000 a month, which, now I'm not.
Where did you get the money? Where did you get the money to buy the inventory?
Well, I did the recording business for a long time.
But $380,000 a month, like, you need probably $100,000 in inventory a month.
Well, okay, let's get into it. Let's make it a business podcast.
Yeah.
So I had.
We can't just be business podcast. But anyway, whatever.
We could talk a little bit about cash flow, right? So I had around $80,000 saved up from my recording business.
Yeah.
I got lucky because the girl that I recorded went on tour with One Direction. Because she went on tour, it was one of the biggest tours of the summer, probably in the world at that point.
Who was this girl, dude? Can you say?
She's a billionaire girl, and she was able to get on tour with One Direction. That's all I could say.
But she's not like a famous, or what?
She's not famous. No, she's not that famous.
But she's a singer?
She's just well connected. So she's a singer, and I recorded her at 9 years old. When I was in Texas.
Rebecca Black? Or what?
No, so I recorded this girl, and when I was in Texas recording her, that's when I found out I was having my first kid. And then I went to go celebrate at Cattleman's Steakhouse, and it was a good time. But she went on tour with One Direction. I made $75,000 from her being on tour with One Direction, because the way the European tours work is, it doesn't matter if, let's say, One Direction has 20 songs on the tour.
Yeah.
But then the other girl has like 10 songs or 5 songs on tour.
Yeah.
They just take the total of the songs and they split the show royalties based on the song. So it doesn't matter, right? Like I if I would have had 20 songs on the tour and One Direction had 20 songs on the tour, from a show royalty perspective, I would have made the same amount that One Direction would have made on that tour. So I made $75K, which for me was awesome. And so I was also making money recording these metal bands, but I would really say that it really helped me a lot to get that money from that tour. And I also got some. She was also in a movie. I think I told you that she got into a movie that's currently on Netflix, and I got some of my songs on that movie. Kids movie.
What?
Made like $10,000, something like that. And
wait. How does this shit work? How does this royalty shit work? So you recorded her, but like you have the rights to her song?
Well, it's because her parents produced the movie. So because her parents produced the movie,
Dude,
they were
these
able
people
to
are
choose
fucking rich or what? Like they're like shit
top
rich.
top of the Forbes list. Yeah, they're top of the Forbes list. And I don't want to name names or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, what were we talking about? I got distracted here. We're talking about
Rich girls,
royalties, furniture company,
furniture.
Okay, so yeah,
we're
back
talking
to
about
the
your
furniture
divorce
company.
after. Man, you got
And
more
cash-
stories than
well,
me.
we're talking-
I don't
yeah.
have all these cool stories. I mean, I kind of have some
Well-
cool stories, but I don't know if I.
Well,
can
we were
talk
talking about the
all
cash flow. We're talking about the
Yeah.
cash flow. So I
of them.
had
Yeah. Where'd you get the money
$80,000.
to fucking buy all this inventory and shit?
So I saved up all this money from the recording business, right?
Yeah.
And originally I was going to say, okay, I'm going to take this money and buy some real estate, a duplex or a triple, because my parents. were
Dude, you
into
could
real
get so rich, bro. Yo,
Well,
fucking real
yeah.
estate, dude. No, I'm kidding. Anyway.
I mean, well, for
Side
me,
note,
my
Scott
grandparents.
McGilvery, yo, fuck you, dude. I hate you. Anyway,
Who?
continue. Scott, he's one of those guys. He's like, yo, dude, I'm gonna make you rich with real estate. I'm gonna teach you all the methods to make money in real estate. And then he fucking has a seminar, and he comes up, and he's on HGTV, and he's like, you know, like fucking, he does these seminars, and he sells you a 2-day course on a weekend for $1,000, and everyone's like, well, I'm gonna be rich, you know, and it's just like, fuck off, man. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
I hate that motherfucker.
But,
his face, dude,
yeah,
he's got a
so-
face, dude. Like his face, I don't know, man. Like he's, I don't know. Like I want to, dude. He's got like a really pronounced jaw, and he talks like, "I'm Scott McGilvery," and it's just like, no, it's not how he talks. But like, I just want to fucking, can I swear? I don't know. I just, you know. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
No, I know what you mean. I don't got that pronounced jaw either. So if I see someone with a nice pronounced jaw, I get.
No, I shouldn't say pronounced. No, that's not what. No, that's not what I mean. It's not like a
Just
good jaw. Hey, I have a nice
Yeah.
jaw, but no, like I don't know.
Yeah.
His jaw is like.
Taking a break to plug our only sponsor, artiplanto.com. They sell fake plants that stay forever green. Do you have real plants and they keep dying on you and it messes with your mindset because you think to yourself, man, if I can't even take care of my plants, what does that say about me? Should I even have kids? Am I a responsible human being? Probably not, because your plants keep on dying on you. And when you really think about it, do plants belong indoors? I mean, you're taking a plant that, you know, its natural habitat is outside in the sun. Like we're all stuck indoors right now. And how does that feel? You know, with these lockdowns, we're getting hardly any vitamin D, no sunlight. How do you think your plants feel when they're just in a corner, not taking sunlight in all day long like they should be? Now, let's think about it even more. How many plants in America probably just die in people's homes, in the millions of homes, right? Just millions of homes, these plants dying, being thrown in the garbage. It didn't have to be that way. Those people could have gone to artiplanto.com and gotten some fake plants. And, you know, they would just never have to water them. They would look perfect all the time. It would just make life much better. But not only that, you know, this is kind of a entrepreneur business podcast, and let's think about what that does to your mindset. You look at that plant that, you know, you don't put any work into it and it's looking perfect all the time. Isn't like what does that do to your mindset? It just makes you feel like you've accomplished something, you know? Like, because real things take work, right? Like, I mean, they do, but not fake, well, not fake things, right? Fake things, they don't take work. And it's kind of like playing a Jedi mind trick on your brain, right? And making you feel like you've accomplished something. And then that mindset that you have, that, you know, that winner's mindset is now going to help you to, let's say you're single and you had the dying plants and you feel irresponsible, you feel like you shouldn't have children and all that, but now you got these beautiful plants that look perfect. Now your mindset is saying, I'm a responsible human being. I could have kids. So now you're out there in the dating world and you know, you don't know this, but subconsciously you're attracting now men or women, whoever you're going after, that are like, they look at you and they think, this person is responsible. They definitely don't have plants dying at home. And if they came to your home and they saw your Artiplanto plant, they would have to touch it, look at it up close to know that it was fake, right? So then if they don't find out it's fake, they're gonna think you're a responsible human being. Let's take it deeper. Think about pet owners. Okay, I've dated a girl before, and her dog looked depressed. It looked sad. She hardly took it for walks, and I felt really bad for this dog. I thought to myself, I probably shouldn't have kids with this lady because her dog looks miserable, right? I don't know. Maybe it was unfair for me to think that. But I mean, it's the same thing when it comes to plants, right? If you're a girl you're dating and you bring a man home and he sees that your plants are alive, or he sees that your dog is happy, he's gonna feel a lot more safer to potentially have kids with you. So that's basically what artiplanto.com is about. It's about selling fake plants to help save real plants from dying in people's homes. And it's there to change your mindset, to make you feel successful at taking care of something that doesn't need to be taken care of, but you could trick people into thinking that you do a good job at taking care of those things, right? So go to artiplanto.com. They have a wide selection of fake plants and planters. You spell it arty, like artificial, and then plant with an O at the end. artiplanto.com. Check it out. It could change your life in a very positive way.
It's a douchebag job.
No, it's like worse. It's like fucking like Johnny Bravo. It's like, it's too big, you know? I don't know, man. I just want to punch him sometimes. And his stupid fucking haircut. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, so back to the monies, right?
Yeah.
So I saved up this money. I wanted to buy some real estate because my grandparents were, they were immigrants from Lithuania. They came here. They started.
Wait, your dad's side or your mom's side?
My dad's side.
Okay.
They came from Lithuania. They started a shoe store, and then they bought a bunch of real estate. And my grandmother was like, "Yeah, I want to give this real estate to my grandkids." And my dad, he was born in 1932, so
damn.
He's not a new immigrant, right? So he went the safe job route and worked a job for like 50 years. And my grandma told him to invest in real estate, which he did a little bit. But eventually, during his retirement years, he was like, man, I just want to live like a millionaire and go to restaurants and vacation all the time. So he sold all those properties and he lived the life. And eventually that money ran out. And so at like 18, 19, I was like, oh man, I think my mom's going to be broke when my dad's gone. And I think that started my kind of like hunger or need for wanting to make a lot of money. So I took that money and I decided to put it into the furniture business when I saw the furniture business was going well. And then to keep on funding it, while it was growing, I got these things I call shitty loans from companies.
You love those.
They're called fintech companies, financial tech companies.
Fintech companies?
Yeah, they'll do like they'll like look at your bank account, they'll look at your bank statements, to do like a quick phone call with you, and then they'll give you like $75,000 and they'll take like a 15% interest rate.
15?
And so yeah, quite a high interest rate. But like when you have no history, when your business has absolutely no history, you can't convince a bank to give you money, right? Like, hey, I've been in business for
family, right?
6 months. Give me money. Yeah, but I don't have any rich friends or family, right? So I had to go the fintech way, which I really appreciate. I really like those companies.
But you call them shitty loans.
I call them shitty loans, yeah. And so after the shitty loans, then I was able to get the non-shitty loans from the banks. But that's when I partnered with the guy who was not the right partner for me. Yeah. I'm in a lawsuit right now. Do you want me to get into that, or
why is he suing you? Or can you talk? I don't know if you should talk about that.
I could talk about it. I mean, why not?
I can't. I got sued. My loss. Well, I don't know. It's ongoing. I wouldn't talk about that just because look, my lawsuit. I can't even talk about it legally. Like, I don't think I can
Well,
legally talk
I don't
about
know.
it.
Are you not allowed talking about lawsuits when they're happening?
No, you can, but like for example, my lawsuit's over. Well, no, all lawsuits actually lawsuits are like public domain, so like I can go and find that lawsuit like right now. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like for example, my lawsuit, like I'm not allowed to disclose. I have to go read the contract, but I can't disclose like certain things about it like legally. But like fuck those motherfuckers who sued me. Fuck you. Fuck not you, Frank. The other Frank, the motherfucking cocksucker that sued me. Fuck you.
You want me? Oh, I can bring up this lawsuit. I don't really care.
I don't know, man. I mean, there's gonna be like 3.5 people that listen to this, but like whatever. I
Yeah,
don't know
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. I can bring it up. It's a good story. So I had the furniture company.
Yeah.
So this could be like good advice for young entrepreneurs.
Man,
I
we're gonna
did a
make this.
mistake.
Okay, look, this is our first episode, so whatever. We don't know what we're doing yet, but like we're gonna have to. I don't know if we should make this like too businessy. I'm not qualified to do a business podcast, that's for sure. But
Well.
Anyway.
Doesn't really matter. We're just shooting shit here.
yeah, true.
So yeah, I started that furniture company. I didn't have a business background. I didn't go to school for business. So I was dealing with a lot of cash flow, and it was stressful. You know, paying the rent, paying the containers, calculating the cash flow, all that. And I was very stressed out, and I was looking for a business partner. I was married at the time.
Well, okay,
and
let's
I
do
had-
an aside here. If you hadn't I mean, I might ruin this story, but if you hadn't partnered with this guy, how rich would you be right now?
Well, I would be a lot richer, right? I would be probably a lot richer if I got to keep this business.
Hold on,
But
we just disconnected.
I don't
we
really
disconnected.
look at.
We disconnected. Oh, it doesn't matter.
How
I
did
guess
we
you're recording on
disconnect?
your end. No, it doesn't matter.
I'm
It's fine.
recording. Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, I thought
All
we
right,
lost the audio, but it's fine.
Oh, you're okay. So you're still recording?
Yeah, I know because I thought like because I lost the connection with you, but
Okay,
anyway, yeah, I don't know. We should
But yeah,
probably not.
I would have been a lot richer if I didn't partner with this guy. But I don't really look at it like that because here's the thing: you got to blame yourself sometimes, right? So
Well, yeah,
I
of
was
course.
running the
Not
business. It
sometimes, all
was
the
stressful. It was stressful. I wanted a partner. I really wanted a partner, and I didn't have business parents or a business coach or anything like that could have warned me about making these mistakes, right? But so I partnered with a guy who was really who I believe is a shark, right?
Yeah.
And his dad has a public company in China. His cousin has a public company in China. And for him, it's all family pride. He wants to become a billionaire. He wants to be,
Yeah.
he wants to outrich his dad, outrich his cousin, and he'll do anything to get what he wants. Right.
Yeah.
So I partnered with this guy. He turns out to be he was my landlord actually. So I was looking
Oh, fuck.
for a location to rent for my first store. And I meet this guy. He's having a failing business at this point. Like he
What was he in?
He was in the Amazon business selling like batteries or something like that. But
Oh,
he
you selling on
wanted to-
Amazon?
Yeah, but he wanted to do a home brand of some sort,
Yeah.
right? But he didn't have his idea down yet. But he was with this guy who they were getting investment from whoever they were getting investment from, and this guy he partnered with turned out to be a bad partner and screwed him over or something.
Fuck.
And then he saw me really killing it. And so he basically was like, I need to partner with this guy. He really wanted to partner with me. So he's like, come over, let's talk. And he gives me his family background, telling me how rich his whole family is. And he said, why don't we go to China? You're going to China on a business trip. I could come with you, translate, blah, blah, blah. And I said to myself, okay, I'm selling chairs right now. Maybe I could do a sofa business with this guy, which is, just instead of giving him my new business that I'm growing like my baby or whatever, I said, let's do a sofa business. So then we fly to China. We get to know each other and meet his family. And I think, man, it's a good idea to partner with this guy. I had a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
So you can't always trust your gut feelings, right? So I partner with this guy, but the deal is set up in a terrible way. It's set up 45% me, 45% him, 10% this old guy who nothing against old people, but like he didn't really have much skills. I didn't understand why this pretty smart guy is bringing in this guy that couldn't really bring much to the table and didn't have many years left to work.
Yeah.
And so it didn't really make sense to me, but I thought to myself, oh, okay, this other guy was part of the failing business and he's just being loyal to this other guy, right? I said, okay, he's a loyal guy. But in the end, that guy was really just there to outvote me. It's kind of like a safety thing for him. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do 50-50
How
with
did you
this
How
guy.
did you not see that coming? Did you not consult with some lawyers when you were signing this shit?
Yeah, that's the thing. When we were going to sign the deal, it's like his fat lawyer just showed up one day. And instead of being like, hey, you want to get a lawyer to look over this? It's just like some sleazy lawyer that was just there, who, by the way, just died of cancer. Just a side note.
Karma.
But yeah,
Karma.
Just a side note. Has nothing to do with the story. But like, he this sleazy lawyer makes me sign this terrible deal, and I mean, whatever. I'm not going to blame it on a lawyer. It's my fault, right?
Yeah,
but like,
it is.
I mean,
It is.
pretty sleazy lawyer. And so I get into this deal with this guy, but like at the same time, let's put some blame on me.
Well, dude, I mean, honestly, I'm going to put all the blame on you. Like,
well, look,
I don't know.
look,
Don't come to me for sympathy.
my perspective was this. I was like, I'm going to get this guy who's pretty smart. He's going to run the business as a CEO. I'm just going to focus on advertising and products.
Yeah.
And he's going to take on that cash flow stress. Okay.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to do that in a smart way, what I should have done was go back.
That's
in time,
not worth
like,
45%, man.
Yeah, what I should have done was I keep 51%, you could keep whatever, or whatever, I keep 60, whatever, and then I hire someone to do the CEO job or whatever, because I
Yeah.
want someone involved, right? Or I could have just hired someone too, right? But like,
I don't know why.
you know,
Yeah, you gave away. You got fucked.
yeah, I did. So I give this guy that, and then he's always, and then what he did was, well, then, okay, that's the first stupid thing, but I'm going to take more credit for the other stupid thing. So we decide to expand to Toronto, and the rent in Toronto for the location we were looking at was $65,000, which made that rent amount made absolutely no sense.
Was there like some
for the-
conflict of interest going on here where he owned the building or something?
No, that he didn't own the building. He subleased to me.
Okay, but-
when we did Toronto,
Okay, go ahead.
Toronto, no, he did not own that building. In Toronto, he did not own that building. We just we said, we have a store in Montreal. Let's expand to Toronto. And we looked at this rent that cost $65,000. It used to be there's this company in Montreal in Canada called Dormez-vous. They're called Slip Country.
Yeah.
So they're like a public company, very big. So they had a very nice warehouse at a good price. And it was actually a good price. Even though it was $65,000, it was like 80,000 square feet. It was great. It was like, wow, we could expand really, really well. We could expand in this location. But to be honest, the rent did not make sense for the size of the business. If I was just doing this business on my own without this guy, I would have just gone in like a hole in the wall that cost nothing. That's what I would have done. I would have done it really lean. But because I was with this guy, he was thinking big. I liked that he was thinking big. I was thinking big too. And we thought that if we went to Toronto, we could double the business. So that once again is my fault. So I'm not going to blame it on this guy. And who knows, maybe he didn't have bad intentions. I think he had terrible intentions from the start. But we rent this location and our sales did not double, right?
Yeah.
If the sales would have doubled, let's say we go to Toronto and our sales doubled or tripled or whatever, the rent would have been okay, cash flow would have been fine. But instead, but I gotta put some blame on this guy. He was putting all these expenses, like all these other expenses into the company. Like instead of just finding like, I don't know, a good employee, the traditional, like, I don't know, like a more like cheap way, he would hire headhunters and pay them a fee. Like, let's say if the salary was like, okay, I want to hire someone at $120K, the headhunter would get $30K to find this person.
What
And he
the
would-
fuck?
Yeah, he would hire multiple headhunters, and then some of these people wouldn't work out. So you would give $30K to some guy, some headhunting company that makes $100 million a year or whatever, and that's all they do is headhunt for companies that need high level whatever. And so he wasted a bunch of money there, and he was just like spending like the company money like crazy. But look, I'm not going to put all the blame on him. I do think he did things very terribly, very
Wow,
very bad.
dude. Do you think he was a businessman at heart? Do you think he was a real entrepreneur?
Well, here's the thing. His dad has a public company. Cousin has a public
Yeah,
company.
that doesn't mean
but,
shit, dude.
But his mom is like a failing entrepreneur that would like try all these different ideas and they would always fail. So, and he would always say, this is his opinion. I don't know if this is true, but he would say that the intelligence comes from the mom's side. So I believe, and maybe it's me being a little bit better, but I believe that his intelligence comes from his mom's side, the failing side. I think he's eventually going to fail, karma, whatever. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to do very good. Good for him. But like, he did this, and but like I said, it was my fault for saying yes to that.
So how did you
rent?
Yeah. So how did you get forced out of this business?
Well, okay, so we do this crazy rent thing, right? And then I get distracted by that Mexican girl that I fell in love with.
Well, which
I got
we haven't spoken about, but anyway.
Yeah, so I got divorced, right, during this whole thing.
Well, did you meet this girl? Okay, well, why did you meet this girl before you got divorced or after?
Well, here's the thing. I went on a business trip with this guy, and there were some red flags
With
that went off.
the Chinese guy?
Yeah, we went.
Yeah.
Well, we were already partnered at this point, right? So we're going to China to find.
Whoa,
some
you
factories.
partnered before you went to China?
No. We
Oh,
did
you're
the
going
China
on a second
trip.
business trip.
Yeah, this is like the second
Yeah.
business trip, maybe the third. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And, sorry, I need to burp soon. Okay,
Well, you can cut it out, eh?
Yeah. So we go to China one day, and he's always complaining. He's like, "Oh man, I'm having a heart attack running this business. I'm so stressed out." And one day I'm the CEO, right? So one day I'm gonna take us. We weren't paying each other salaries. We weren't paying salaries at this point, right? There was no salaries yet. And he was saying, I'm CEO. One day I want to get a larger salary than you, right?
What the fuck, man?
And I said to him, look, if I knew that when we partnered, you wanted to make more money than me, I would have never partnered with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So like I told him that. And I mean, I get it from a corporate standpoint. I could understand, the corporate way, he's the CEO. So he has a higher position, more stress, more responsibility, this and that. But that's my fault.
But it's kind of bullshit. I don't know. Was he actually doing any of
It's
the
bullshit.
work?
Well, look, it's a small business, right? It was a small business. So
Yeah. How much money were you making? What was your total revenue at the end of the year?
At this point, it wasn't doing that much. It's probably doing like 4 to 5 million a year at this point.
What was your net margin?
Oh, that I don't know. Let's not talk about that. But like,
Why not?
whatever. It wasn't that high. Okay, it's higher now.
What do you think it was?
Net margin back then.
Okay, what was your gross margin then?
Well, look, maybe 20%.
Gross?
Like it actually when I partnered with him in 2016, the business was profitable because I rented a hole in the wall in Montreal the rent cost next to nothing, okay? And so my business was lean. I could be a complete idiot and run the business and still be profitable because my rent is nothing and I'm doing good on ad spend. I'm like 10xing on my ad spend. I could be a complete idiot and run the business. Okay. Yeah. He comes into this business. He wants to expand in Toronto. I say, yes, that's my fault. We get the expensive rent. It kills our profit. Right. And then he's like, oh, I need to invest $200K into this business. He says it not in a way like, oh, I need $200K. I need you to, take some of your shares out. He just does it in like a friendly way, like, oh, look, the business is struggling. Let's go put $200K of my money into the business. He does that. And then eventually, after that, look, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, this guy wants to move to Toronto. The other part of me was also like, I don't trust this guy. Part of me probably thought, I only own 45%. I probably kind of understood this guy could push me out with the other guy. They could outvote me. Like they could do a lawsuit, kick me out, and just do whatever. You could do whatever you want with lawyers these days, right? Like that's the way the law system is set up, right? So I said to myself, I need to make myself another business. So I start the other business. And I think, I'm emailing factories through my business account, right? And so he probably saw it because he had access to the emails. And he found out about the business that I was starting with my girlfriend, the girl, the girl I was dating at the time, and he said, "Look, I just want you to work full time in our business. You could do your other business. It's okay." So, but then, all this cash flow stuff is happening, and I could sense that he's going to do something. And so one day he pulls a meeting, and he says, "Hey, Frank, we're struggling, and something, you're not really into the business that much." I'm dating at this point, by the way. I'm dating that girl that I love. And he said, I don't think it's fair. I put 200K. So he basically said, I need to invest more money into this business, but I need you. My dad doesn't think it's fair that if I invest more money, like that you keep your share. So we're gonna have to invest more money because the company is bleeding, and I want you to sell 25% of your share, right? I had 45, he wanted 25. And then he even said things like, what I could do is bankrupt the business and start it all over again with my team. What my friend gave me some advice at that point, the guy I told you who worked at the record label. He said, "Frank, you should just say fuck you to this guy," right? But that was really good, friendly advice this guy gave me. Why I didn't take it?
Okay, but why is this guy suing you?
Well, okay, let me get to it. So he asked me to sell 25% of share. But at this point, dude, I'm going through a divorce. Not just a divorce. No, sorry, I'm not going through a divorce.
Was it a bad divorce?
No.
Man, this podcast is going to suck. Whatever. Fuck it. Let's go.
No, this podcast is great, dude. I was already divorced at this point. Already divorced at this point. So sorry, I wasn't going through a divorce. My ex was actually dealing with going to rehab. So
for what? For what is she on?
Cocaine or something, right? So she was going through this rehab stuff. Like, I found out about it. And so she was taking care of the kids at that point. And I found out she was going to rehab. And then I found out that I was going to have to take the kids, right?
Yeah.
So when I partnered with this guy, we said that we're not going to take salary, which is my first mistake, because the business was profitable enough to take salary. But when I went through my divorce, he said, "How much money do you have?" And I think that was his way of calculating, okay, when is this guy going to be broke so that I could take advantage of him, right? Because so he looked at how much money he had. We're doing like a plan on that sort of thing, like how much money I would get for that was owed to me from when because when we partnered, I said, okay, I'm going to partner with you, but I don't trust you that much, and so I want to get paid to partner with you, right? So I got like X amount of money to partner to give up my share to partner with this guy, right? Mm-hmm. At that 45% deal, and so he. So I was almost broke. So and also I was going through this thing with my ex. Look, I'm not going to blame anyone. Let's forget my ex and forget all. The point is I was stupid, and he said, okay, Frank, we need 25% of your share. I'll give you 50K. The company's doing the company's doing like $5 million a year or whatever it was doing. It was doing all right? And he said, "Give me 25% of your share for 50K." And I asked him, "Is that going to be paid out of your pocket or out of the business's pocket?" Which is kind of coming out of my pocket, right? Yeah. And he said, "Well, it doesn't matter because I put in that money into the company or whatever, right?" So yeah, point of the story, let's make a long story short here. I sold part of the business, right? And then he knew that I was doing this other business. What I should have done was put it in a contract saying, I know that you're doing, not in lawyer talk, right? I know that you're doing this other business that's selling these things that are unrelated to furniture, and I'm not going to sue you in the future. I can't kick you out of the business, blah, blah, blah. Some sort of terms, right? But when he found out about my other business, which was selling things for the home, but it wasn't furniture related, he then sent a lawyer letter that said, the lawyer said, "My clients found out about your other business and they were surprised." And basically it said, you either give all the shares of this business to your business partner, to your other company that he owns 70% of, and you have to stop all other businesses that you might be running. So it's like a cease and desist letter, basically.
But
saying,
like,
"Give
yo,
me
did you even have any fucking? Did you have any? Like, did you have any agreement that said you couldn't do this?
That's the thing. That's what I told you when I sold off the 25%.
Yeah.
And I was left with 20%. I should have said, okay, I'll sign this deal.
No, but if there's no deal, anyways, like, did you have no other businesses allowed clause or what?
No, that's the thing.
So then what the fuck is he suing you for?
Well, no. In the shareholders agreement, there was, like, when I partnered with this snake guy, there was a shareholders agreement that said you can't do anything that's furniture related, right?
Oh, but was it furniture? It's not furniture.
No, it wasn't. So when we brought it in front of a judge, the judge said, "This is not furniture related, so you can't do." Yeah, get out of here. And he just, but like after that happened, when I saw that he was doing this to me, I said, "Never mind. Screw it. I'm just going to go sell rugs," which is still not furniture related, but they wanted to sell. They were thinking about selling rugs, but they never did it. Right? I was always trying to push them to do it, but they never did it. And so I started selling these rugs because I was like, man, this guy's trying to kick me out for this other thing that's not furniture related. What, I might as well sell these rugs. Right? I was pretty angry at the time. Yeah. And that's the thing that I learned. It's like you could just do. He just kicked me out of all the accounts, and he just he basically said, the lawyer letter says, it's just saying I want a divorce. That's what all it is. And
what a fucking dude, man. Yo, how does a guy do that though?
That's right. Like, that's the thing. It's like I started the other business, right? Like he had nothing to do with thinking of the concept of the business or the products or anything. He basically just did a terrible job of making it profitable. But I agreed to the decisions like the rent and all that to make it lose money. And I also agreed to having this guy run the business, fully run the business.
Isn't it nuts though? Like with businesses, like, like for example, I mean, this is like GameStop and stuff, but like you can have like $1 billion business and like run it into the ground. It's nuts, eh? Like how much companies can just like bleed money like that, but you can, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, I forgot to tell you another way he lost money was, this is a small furniture company, and he said to himself, "Oh, let's go get the ERP system that IKEA is using and integrate that, which costs like $200,000."
What the fuck? Why?
Yeah,
how many SKUs did you even have?
Not enough to justify having an IKEA platform, right? An IKEA ERP system.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense, right? Like, and plus, IKEA's okay. One thing I learned about ERP systems is IKEA. This is what someone told me that works for an ERP system that supposedly works with IKEA. He said to me, actually in Mexico, we met this guy, right? He said to me,
whoa, you met who?
One of the guys there, I think his name was Roman. Roman told me that.
Okay.
Or Roman.
Yeah.
He said he works for an ERP system. ERP.
Oh yeah, fintech or not fintech, some other shit. Anyway.
Yeah, well, he was saying that IKEA has several ERP systems. So he said they have it for junior buyers as well. So well, anyways, an ERP system for those that are the three people that are listening to this podcast, it's like, let's say you're IKEA and you have 3 tables available in, let's say, the like a New York City store or whatever. The ERP system is there to like that for multi-warehouse purposes to tell you how many SKUs are in this location. And if you have like 100 locations, you have to list, you have to have a system that integrates with your website, that also integrates with the ERP system in the store. Yeah. So he was trying to get this, and I agreed to it, right? I said, yeah, sure. Sounds like a good idea for this small $5 million a year business.
Why was he doing this? This sounds like crazy.
Well, for him, look, it could have just been plain stupidity, and it could also just been ego, where he wanted to be like, yo, my dad has a public company. He just wanted to be like, yo,
wait, his dad had a public company?
Yeah, I told you, his dad has a public company.
In China?
Yeah, China.
Yeah, okay, in China though, yeah. Okay. That's different.
not only that, like, let me give you an idea of the way this guy would hire. He with those headhunters, he hired high level, like let's say vice of Sears Canada, something like
What
that,
the
right?
fuck?
Or an old of like Walmart Canada. He would hire these people, and I think it's really just all ego driven. Like, ha 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 ha! I am big CEO boss.
God,
I have.
What did the employees think when? Like, did you talk to anybody? Like, did you guys have a lot of turnover?
No, but this was all ego, dude. I really think this guy did all.
Yeah,
his,
but I'm
his
curious to know,
decisions.
like, what was the turnover like? Were like people like, yo, fuck this
turnover was
company?
high. He was very proud. He was very proud by how many people they would fire a year. They fire a lot of people a year because they would give next to no money for these roles, except for those high level roles that he would give to those people that used to work at big companies, and just so he could be like, oh, I am the boss of this guy that used to be the president of Walmart.
What a fucking retard this guy. Oh shit, I can't say that, but
We're taking a break to plug our sponsor, our only sponsor, rtplanto.com. They sell fake plants mostly, and planters. Some of the best fake plants you will ever see. But for some reason, they want us to plug their rugs right now. I don't know why they are selling rugs. I mean, they're trying to market themselves as, you know, the company you go to buy fake plants. Why not just keep it, you know, on the same messaging? Just sell fake plants, planters, whatever, flowers, things related to that niche. Why go into rugs? I don't get it. But their rugs are very beautiful. And, well, I get it. I mean, people have a lot of floor space. You got a lot of floor space when you go into a home, right? You could put a rug under a table. You could put it under a coffee table. You could put it under a bed. You could put a runner in your kitchen. I understand. Like, you know, when you go into someone's home and you look at their kitchen, you don't see a runner. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird in 2020. I do think kitchens should have runners in them. But anyways, I think a reason to shop for these rugs, right, at rtplanto.com is, you know, we're all home during the lockdowns and we're getting bored of looking at the same thing, looking at the same old sofa, the same old bed, the same old everything. I mean, we're not able to break the pattern, go on vacation or something. And it makes a lot of us right now are just hating our homes. And that's the advantage of getting a rug. You could change the whole vibe of your space. So you put a rug in your living room and you feel like you're in a new living room, right? And back to the COVID lockdown, I mean, think about all the people, all the relationships right now that are being destroyed because people are at home with their boyfriend or girlfriend and they're not able to go on date night and they're not spicing things up, right? It's always the same old. They're falling into a routine. That's what these rugs could do. It breaks up the routine, right? Because you create a different vibe by putting, by you know, let's say you have a gray sofa or whatever, and you put a pink and gray rug next to the sofa. You don't even feel like you're in the same room anymore. Maybe you even move the sofa around and you feel like you're in a new place. And, you know, have you ever heard, I don't remember which creator it was, but some creative guy, I think it was someone that found the cure for penicillin or something. And he would go work in chapels that would inspire him. And he believed, or maybe there's some science that backs it, that when you're in an inspiring place or a new inspiring place, it kind of triggers different parts of the creative brain. And then you're able to come up with new ideas and new inspirations. So that's the advantage of putting a new rug in your home. You're going to spark up different things in your brain that's going to improve your creative life, right? But it could even save your marriage. Let's be honest. Your wife is getting bored. I mean, what's the, you know, look, I'm divorced, right? I'm divorced. I married my first girlfriend, and I have kids. And now look at me. I'm in a condo by myself, talking about fake plants and rugs and how it could change your life. But you know something? Maybe it could change your life, because that you know, maybe if I would have put a new rug in my living room, you know, my ex-wife, maybe she wouldn't have gone bored. You know, maybe I bored her after all those years, you know, of marriage. I didn't find a way to spice it up. Always going to the same restaurant, okay? Like, hey, date night, what do you want to do? Let's go to Jack Astor's. Why not just go downtown and maybe to a bar we've never been to before? Why not? You know, switch things up, make it feel fresh. But nope, every single date night was Jack Astor's in a movie, okay? It was just scheduled. It was just like clockwork. There was nothing exciting. It didn't spark up any new anything in the brain, okay? So what do you think that does to a woman? It bores her, okay? What does a girl do when she gets bored? What does a guy do when they get bored? They might look elsewhere. I mean, your girlfriend might even be thinking, your boyfriend, whatever, they might be thinking, I just want to maybe date someone that has a really nice rug, because the rug that we have, I don't know, it's from IKEA or I don't know, somewhere. It's just not a nice rug. Maybe it was passed down. You know, it's smelly, has stains on it. Artie Planto's rugs are really, really easy to clean, okay? So you have to think about this, right? If you're not creating new, exciting experiences in the home, you could lose your marriage like I did, all right? So, you know, I would visit artieplanto.com. I would look at the rugs. Maybe tell your girlfriend, your boyfriend to come choose the rug with you, or surprise them. How about that? Maybe that's a good idea, right? Because, you know, why, you know, maybe it's not a good idea to ask them, because maybe they were like my ex-wife, where they would just, you know, just tell you to go to Jack Astor's every single date night. And you're the type of person that really wants to just try a different restaurant, you know? Every single date night, if it was up to you, you would try a different restaurant. But then she's telling you, no, we can't go into town because my mom doesn't want to watch the kids. The kids too late, right? The extra 5-6 minutes it takes to drive from downtown home. I mean, does it really make a big difference? Does the extra 12 minutes to have a new experience, isn't it worth it? So you go look at the prices, by the way. The prices are great. So, I mean, you go and you look at a rug, right? Maybe it's $150 or whatever it is. But then you put it in your home. Your loved ones get excited, right? Maybe your dog gets excited. Maybe your dog is just bored of the rug that it's hanging out on right now, right? It needs something new, right? A lot of dogs are on antidepressants these days, okay? Why is that? I mean, why?
But
Okay.
you know, so that's how I lost that company is I didn't do my contracts right, and I just partnered with the wrong guy, and I was just new and naive at business, and then you know, whatever. It's like whatever. I launched some other, like, let's not get into the details, but I launched some other businesses that are surpassing that business. So not a big deal, you know.
Whatever. Okay,
But,
we
you know,
got to
it
talk
made,
about
like-
some more. We got to talk about more lighthearted things. We got to be
Sure.
whatever.
Let's
we could
change
do
the
this.
topic.
I mean, it's an hour
Let's
and
change
6
the
minutes,
topic.
but I don't think we should go for too much longer for the first episode.
Actually, let me go for a pee. I'm gonna go for a pee. We're not gonna cut this, dude. While I pee, you're
No,
gonna
we got to
talk.
cut the pee out. About what? I ain't got nothing to talk about. I mean, I guess I could talk
trust
about
me.
myself.
Trust me. Okay, wait. Let me ask you a question, and then I'm going to go for a pee. Because
Sure.
I still have you in my headphones, by the way.
Yeah.
I just want to talk while I'm peeing. Well, maybe talk about pilot life and how you didn't really like stewardess.
No, I can't talk, dude. I cannot say that.
No,
I can't say
can't
that.
say
No,
that.
I mean, no, I can't say that, dude. That would get me in
Can't
big
say
trouble.
that?
I think being a
Alright, alright.
pilot is a fucking overrated, though, big time. I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, it's not. I can't really say this shit because, like, if I say this shit, I'm gonna catch a lot of flack, especially if people. I can't say it publicly, anyway. You know, but
Yeah, because you might become a pilot again. You
I
might
mean,
become a
hopefully
pilot
not.
again.
Hopefully, fucking not. But
Look what COVID did. This guy here, this guy got Mark, right? He might not want to say it because we're on a podcast, our first podcast. He doesn't want to brag too much. But this guy was making $200K.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
Okay,
No, I
was
wasn't.
about.
No, I was going to. make 200K.
Was going to soon. It's he was soon going to make $200K a year, and then what happened? COVID happened.
Yeah.
happened.
I was gonna make a
You
lot
know,
of money.
Okay, I'm gonna go for
as a
Pete.
captain, I would have been. Sorry, fuck, I'm yawning. But I would have made. I probably would have made around 200 grand in a year from now.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a P. You tell them about how you're making, how you would have made $200K a year, and what do you think of COVID right now, and how's Trudeau handling this? And,
Well,
and let's
okay.
get into,
I don't know if we should
let's
get
into it.
political.
Let's-
We gotta have more fun. I think
Dude,
we're getting
well,
too
dude,
serious, man. It's
we're
not serious.
gonna
It's too serious.
we're gonna get political.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Man, we
political.
can't. Well, look. Being a pilot, is a really. Okay, here's the thing about being a pilot. It's a really easy job. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've been flying for a long time. Like, I started flying when I was like 16, I think, or like 17 or 16. So I'm 27 now. So it's been almost 10 years that I've been like flying. But, well, not really. I didn't fly last year. But being a pilot was like, it was cool. Like, it was fun. It's a super easy job. But,
Wait. Let me ask you this. That Mark flew for
let's
these
not say it.
millionaires.
Oh
for
yeah,
these
the corporate gig.
millionaires.
That was cool, man. That was cool.
Corporate
That was
gig.
really cool because I got to meet a really work up close and personal with like a really cool like entrepreneur, self-made, built up his company from nothing.
Were you doing your business at that point?
No,
or
you know
not?
what? I regret it. I wish I had. Oh yeah, the weed thing. I was actually, but the thing is, like, I wish I had gotten into like what I'm doing now a little bit earlier and use my free
But
time
wait.
wisely.
When you were flying these guys,
Yeah.
did you think of being a business guy while
did.
flying these guys?
I did.
Okay.
Well, I did, but I didn't know what to do. You know, and the thing is, like, I wasn't like. I think one cool thing is like working for him is I realized that like everyone loves to hate on rich people, but like at the end of the day, dude, like everybody just goes home and takes a shit.
Wait, we still haven't told people you were flying private jets for these billionaire guys.
Yeah,
That's-
I mean, I
that's
don't know,
how-
but I mean, I don't really. Yeah, but like, I mean, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't really care what his net worth was. Like, he was just a nice dude. You know what I mean? Like, he was a sick dude, and like,
Yeah.
he just happened to have a private jet. And like, I think I did take that job for granted a little bit, and I wish I could go back in time and change certain things and like just be more appreciative. But I think like I got I was lucky. Like, you know, a lot of times in the corporate world, you need connections and. I mean, I could go back and further in time and like talk about like what I did. Like, dude, like I was up fucking north. Like, okay, so this is the story. Like, I got my commercial pilot license on my when I was 20, and I was in university for finance. And for a long time, I really had a chip on my shoulder because I didn't finish my degree. But anyway, it's kind of like this is my own fault. But I was 20 years old, and like I was doing my finance degree, and I was just applying for pilot jobs on the side and. It's really hard to get your first job in the industry. So what I did, like what people do in Canada anyways, is you'll go like work in the middle of fucking nowhere and just be a little bitch for a few years. And like, so what happened was on my, like near my 21st birthday, I can't remember, I turned 21 when I was up there. I got a phone call from like a dude while I was in university that was like, hey, like we have a pilot job for you. Can you be here in like 2 weeks? And he didn't say it like that. He's like, oh, can I speak to Mark, please? And like at this time, I was working at a grocery store for 5 years, and like that, like which
Yeah.
was whatever, just to make money. Like when I was 16, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. So I dropped out of school, I bought a shitty ass car, which I still have. Well, it's not a shitty car, it's just a pussy car, which I overpaid for because my parents convinced me to buy it. But I still have that car today, and it's kind of a funny story, but. And then I just literally packed my shit, dropped out of university, and moved to this small town in the middle of nowhere of 5,000 people. And we flew around all of northern Canada. I got to do some cool shit, but that job was a fucking crazy ass job. Like, what happens when you're a pilot is you start, like, generally there's like two routes that you can do. Is you can be a flight instructor, or you can work the ramp, and that's like loading cargo and like in the hopes of getting a flight spot eventually. And I was lucky, and a lot of life, think a lot of people are not going to admit there's a lot of luck in life, and I really do think that like luck probably plays like at least 50% of shit in life. Like, I think hard work and effort is like super important as well, but I think a lot of people discount how important luck is. And like, look, I was super lucky to move up that quickly, and I was super lucky to be in aviation at a time where it was moving really quickly. And like, like sometimes, like, look, if it doesn't matter how hard you work for a promotion, like sometimes if that position doesn't exist, like you're just not going to get it because the demand is not there. You know what I mean? And I'm just lucky that shit moved quick and I moved up quick. But while I was working on the ramp, they would do this shit, and it was so fucked. Like, dude, I would literally work 28 days, and like I had maybe one day off a month, and I would start at 4 p.m. and end at 7 a.m. every day. And I would work on the phones, like doing dispatch for like medevacs. And then I would fucking have to like fly. Like sometimes I would finish work at 7, and then I would hopefully get on like a flight that needed a co-pilot just to get the hours. So I would fly like maybe a couple hours during the day, go home, take a nap, get back on the phones overnight. And I would fucking have to clean planes and shit and load them and all this bullshit. And anyway, so I got, there's this fucked up thing. This guy was a sociopath. The guy who owned this company was a fucking sociopath. And,
What company did he own? Or
I can't say. I won't say the name, but he owned a medevac company in northern Canada. So we would fucking fly to like reserves, like where all the natives are, and like medevac them out because there's no road access. Yeah. So like I've seen some really fucked up shit, and like in terms of like what goes on up there, but so like this guy, dude, literally he was like super religious, and he would say that like God is protecting his airplanes. So just to give you like guys a fucking background on the type of flying conditions we were in, but probably have to cut that out actually. But he had this thing, and he would call it Frank's Gym, okay? And Frank's Gym meant that you had to come to his house and cut down fucking trees after work, okay? So
you just wanted to make sure you were in shape so that your mind was sharp when you're flying those planes.
No, dude. He used it to get free home improvement. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know this, but like these people will abuse their pilots, because the thing is, the pilots, I mean, there's always a huge supply of like pilots, and the thing is, there's not that many jobs. So like you really got to do what you need to do to get on these things, and these companies know it. But this company was, I think, honestly, the worst company in Canada. Like I honestly believe that, and I'm not like trying to be like, oh, like look at me, I'm so cool, I work for this shitty ass company. Like, dude, this guy, I remember this, like he had a cliff, not like a cliff, but like this hill in his backyard, and the drop off was probably like 80 degrees, or like 75 degrees. And it would go down to this lake, and he was building stairs down to the lake. And so we would cut birch trees, and we would cut the logs up, and we'd have to haul them to the top of the mountain. And I don't remember why. And I remember this one time, like he was looking down at me on top of this mountain, and he was like, and actually what happened was like, this was the whole day, and we were like fucking, I would haul these logs up, and because I knew they were religious, every time I got to the top of the mountain, I would scream, and I would fucking swear, like on purpose, just to make his fucking wife pissed off. And I'd be like, fuck, I would just yell this shit. And then anyway, like at one point he was looking down on me from the top of the mountain, and I'm hauling these birch logs up of this steep cliff, and he's like, you like that, Mark? I'm like, no, like not really. And I was saying this like angrily. And he's like, yeah, you fucking want to fly my planes, bitch? And I'm like, no. Like,
that's a pretty sexual thing to say.
No, he didn't say that. He's like, you want to fly these planes? I'm like, and then at one point, I'm, yes, sir, thank you, sir. He was treating me like a fucking slave, bro. It was nuts, dude.
You like that, Mark? I mean,
I don't know, dude. This guy's a fucking sociopath. He's honestly a sociopath, dude. Like, that shit is fucked up, man. Oh, my God, dude. That shit is fucking nuts. But anyway, yeah, then, I mean, luckily I got taken out of there because I went to work for, like, honestly, I got hired with such little experience. I only had, like, 1,300 hours, which is not that much, and I got to fly a jet. And then because I had so much free time, I went back to school for a bit, and then I fucking just ended up being a ski bum. and I worked skydiving. So I was flying a skydiving plane in a private jet, and I was like 23 years old. It was pretty cool, man. That was like pretty nuts, and it was like I definitely took it for granted. And then after that, I moved on to like Air Canada captain. Well, not Air Canada, but like which is the regional, but it's too hard to explain that. And anyway, so for all intents and purposes, it's Air Canada. And I mean, I could explain it actually. So there's jazz and there's so what happens is there's so if you take a plane pretty much to any other country other than the U.S., you're definitely flying. But if ever you take like a flight from, say, Montreal to like Toronto Island or like to Halifax or something, there's a chance that it's probably like on a smaller plane, it's gonna be, which is their regional network. And so I worked there, and then it's a feeder for a. So I was a co-pilot there for a bit. Then I went captain, and that was pretty fun. And then I was got hired at Air. And I was actually on the last class at Air. That ever got hired, and it was so fucking crazy because they were so like that. It honestly, like, I can't explain how nuts this is, but like at the time there was such a demand for pilots that they were hiring about 700 a year, and it literally like it went from like 700 a year to like you're laid off in a span of an hour. And like dude, like I was gonna fly, like I had the options of like what I had to fly were like 777s, the 787, like right at the first class. And normally that takes like long time, but because there was so much demand, like those spots were going super young and super new because like you had such a shitty schedule that like nobody wanted to fly to China. Everybody like, so anyway, that's the thing too, like just because you fly a big plane, like I don't give a fuck, man. I'd rather fly a small plane and just like be home as much as possible, and versus fucking versus what's it called, flying fucking being like, look at me, I'm so cool. But like a lot of pilots are fucking dumb because they put their identity in their jobs. And like to me it's just like a job, and like I just do this shit and like that's it, and like I have a life outside of work. But a lot of people are just like, I'm a pilot and this is all they have in life.
If Eric offered you a job again, would you take it, or would you
like tomorrow?
say, nah?
Yeah, tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
But not like, I mean, it depends in 3 years. Like this depends where we're going to be. But tomorrow, yeah, definitely. But like, I mean, you can't say no to that. But like now anyway, I mean, it's situation dependent. Look, if I'm making $1 million, like fuck no, I'm not going back to that shit, right? But like if I'm not making $1 million, and like I can't say that like yes or no for certain. Like it's not my goal to go back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's you know, it's not that simple of an answer. Like, look, do I want to go back? Like, no, but sometimes like it's just like, okay, it's the best option for right now. You know what I mean? Like, like fuck.
But back to the business stuff.
Yeah.
Did you literally start your Amazon business because you were hanging around those billionaires that you were flying around?
No, man. I honestly have always wanted to do some entrepreneurial shit, and honestly, I was because I wanted to move to Colombia. Like I fucking love Latin America. I mean, you know that, but like not everybody else does.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it too much because to me it's such a fucking hidden secret. But yo hablo español, so you know. I mean, you're learning Spanish, and I don't know, dude. That's a crazy story how I started learning Spanish, and I don't really want to talk about it, but I don't really want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about your obsession with your ex-girlfriend?
No, she wasn't my ex, dude. She wasn't my ex. I can't. That needs to get cut out. That because if she ever hears it, that would be fucking weird, and it even sounds weird to me.
Nah,
so I'm time. No, dude. No, dude. No, dude. That is fucked. She was dude. That actually has to get cut. But
all right, we cut that.
Fuck, man. No, I can't talk about that.
So wait, what were we talking? We're talking about what were we saying then?
We have to. On a side note, dude, we gotta go to Latin America, man. God damn it, dude. Latin America is so underrated. I gotta take you there, dude. You're gonna get fucking.
Okay, so wait. So you were talking about Colombia, your love for, because we have to. If you're gonna edit it out, we have to kind of smoothly go into it.
Yeah. Okay. So Colombia.
So what were you saying about Colombia?
Your love
my love for Colombia.
Latin America is underrated, dude.
Oh wait. So I asked you how you learned Spanish.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I tell about it really quickly, so I could tell about it. So yeah, I learned Spanish. Like.
Okay. Wait. So wait. Let me ask you again. So wait, how did you learn Spanish again?
That was pretty good, but well, so it's kind of it's a crazy story. Like I've always spoken a like broken Spanish. But when I was like 23 and I came back, someone showed me this song in Spanish, and like I was like, "Yo, this song is sick." And I went on Google and I was like, "Yo, Like I just looked at the lyrics and I translated them and just to understand what the song was. And after that, I just kind of like kicked something off, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn Spanish. And so I just like started listening to music for fun, and eventually, my friend had a condo in Mexico, and we went to Mexico, and I was like, oh, I could like speak like broken Spanish to people, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and it's a really fun language to speak, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, I had passes with my job, so I could travel for pretty much like $50. And so I was like, we went with my buddies to Colombia because I was like watching Narcos, and I'm like, oh, Colombia. And my mom was like, oh, you're going to get killed. And then to come to find out that it's my favorite country in the world. And I've been to a lot of countries. I've been to like Thailand, Vietnam, you know, of all these other fucking places like Chile, I don't know, Europe, all these other places in Europe. I know Europe's not a country, but I've probably been in like 30 countries. And like, dude, like this country is so underrated. It's so cheap. Beautiful women, beautiful weather. Like it's just unbelievable. And so when I got to Colombia, like I was like, man, I gotta learn Spanish. And I just kept at it. And now, like, I would probably say like, I'm not fluent, that's for sure. But like,
Show off that Spanish. Show
like
it off.
I can definitely maintain like a conversation about like a little bit more complex topics in Spanish. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't. Oh, you want me to speak in Spanish? I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah, then the three
¿Qué
people that
quieres?
are listening, maybe one Spanish person could
oh,
rate
dude,
it.
we
in
went
the
from
YouTube
1.5 to
comments.
3. Okay, mira, si estás escuchando este podcast, tienes que darnos como 5 estrellas por favor, porque tienes que ayudarnos a como crecer este podcast. Y perdóname porque yo sé que todavía, pero estoy un poquito borracho ahora y perdón, pero sí, por favor, ayuda.
We got it. So and then and you didn't speak Spanish. You didn't speak Spanish like 3 years ago, though, right?
No, I didn't. No, definitely not. No, not even.
That makes me that like literally I'm learning Spanish because of you, because I dated that girl I was obsessed with and currently obsessed with.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, I dated this girl and didn't even bother trying to learn Spanish. And
I don't know how that happened. How did that
my-
happen, dude? Yo, bro, how did to me, it's like, man, like, yo, if I was dating like a German girl, I would learn German. Like, I mean, that's just kind of my personality, though. You know, like,
I know. Probably just, I don't know. I got lazy. I took her for granted. I don't know. And
you know what's
I mean,
cool? Yo, banging in a different language. That's cool. You know, like, I don't know, like, if that makes sense, but like, you know, like, it's, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, when instead of like, oh yeah, it's like, I see. I see. I don't know. It's different. It's different, man. It's like a different
Oh,
experience.
puppy. Or,
No, they don't say. I see. You know, like that way or this way or see. I see. Anyway, there you go.
Well,
There's your
let's
word
keep
for the
it-
day. I
Let's
see.
keep it. Whoa. Let's keep it PG-13 in case my kids listen to this, right?
Dude,
And,
your kids are not gonna ever hear this.
All right. Yeah,
Okay, but you can cut this out if you want to, but it's up to you.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, dude,
So-
Spanish, man. Oh my God, fuck. I
Yeah.
can't wait to
So
take you to
background on
Colombia,
this.
dude.
Background on this. We went to Mexico, and
Yeah.
Mark was selling me on how amazing Colombia is. He was
Yeah.
really going off on how amazing this place is. And then, well,
But you talked to somebody else who told you the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. In terms like we were talking in this podcast about my music industry friend that used to manage my band. He also just said the same thing that you said about how amazing it is, the temperature, the food, the women, just everything. This is just a great vibe. He was saying that his dad would go there a lot to just hang out or whatever because of how amazing that city is. And
Yeah.
he's similar to you. He traveled all over the world, lots of traveling, and he really believes that that city is very special. So
Yeah, really, eh? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So this podcast is basically just, hey, go visit Medellin.
No. We got to keep it a secret, man. Got to keep it a secret.
Keep it a secret. Nah.
Nah, but
We
yeah,
have
I don't
to.
know how many
We have to
people
give
know that.
some. We have to give some value to this podcast. All right. So this is our first podcast. We're blabbing a little bit about business, a little bit about pilot stuff, a little bit about Colombia, and then I'm doing this filler stuff to fill it up because
Yeah.
we're not sure.
Yeah, we don't know what else to talk about.
Where we're going with this.
I
but-
think on that note, we should probably end it. I don't know.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
What? It's an hour 26. Nobody's gonna listen to this.
No, definitely not. We should keep it to. 2 hours, when you
Okay.
when you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah,
or-
but yo, are we trying to be Joe Rogan or we're trying to be Mark and Frank? The man shit progress. Yo,
I mean,
speaking,
I
what are we
would-
gonna even call this? Where are we gonna go with this? I don't even know what we're doing. We're just, I mean, like, I think we should do like, I don't know. I can't be too man shit because there's got to be about
we
girl
should
shit.
we should ask the 3 listeners what
Yeah.
they think we should do.
Yeah, where are we gonna even post this? I don't know. Maybe we should listen to this and see if it's bad or
Dude,
good.
we're probably gonna post it tonight. Like
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
do-
no, 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 dude. We gotta listen. I gotta listen to this whole thing.
All right, let's not talk about editing. Let's change the subject here.
Okay,
so,
what can we talk about?
Yeah, what can we talk about?
We talked about business. Talked about Colombia.
Well, we could talk about the Mexico vacation we just.
Yeah,
went.
I mean, I don't know. Do people want to listen about that? I mean, that was cool. I guess now in COVID, it was cool, but whatever. Anybody who thinks that you can pay a Mexican to get a negative test, it's not true, by the way.
Well, look,
I mean, you
like,
probably
don't-
could, but you could probably just make a fake test. You could just make one.
I just want to make sure that the rest of the world's not hating on us for going on vacation
Oh.
during COVID.
What?
I mean,
What do we do?
Trudeau
What do you
Trudeau
think
said
we should-
today, right?
Oh yeah, he's
Trudeau
gonna
said,
cancel that shit.
yeah, he wants to cancel it anyways, but he wants to cancel it because other people like us, we're going on vacation. But they call us the selfish people.
Yo,
The
whatever,
selfish
man. I
people.
stayed at my house for 14 days. I didn't infect nobody. What's the big deal? Like, obviously, I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
go
but-
see my grandparents. And
well,
COVID
but at
was
the same
like
time,
2-day
right?
Fever, man. I had it for 2 days, dude, or 3 days, man.
Yeah.
We were all tired, and that was
Yeah.
it. And
So
for me,
let's
anyway.
let's go back on this. You tested positive for COVID.
Yes.
We were 7 people in
And
Mexico.
everybody had it, for sure.
Yeah, we started a group chat on Facebook, and some people said they lost their taste.
I did,
Okay,
yeah.
I probably lost my taste a bit.
Yeah.
And I slept for how long did I sleep for? Like, I mean, how long were we sick for? Maybe a week and a half.
I don't know.
A
And
week
dude,
and-
well, when I was sick for like 3 days, and I slept probably 18 hours a day. But like honestly, I've been sicker than that. I've definitely been
Yeah.
way sicker than that.
I
like, for
was
sure.
probably sick. Yeah, I was probably sick for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And I've never slept that much in my life. Like,
You ever
10
had mono?
hours of sleep. No, never had that.
Man, I had mono when I was like 18. That was awful. That was
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, dude, that was like the definition of exhaustion. Like it was a solid.
But-
I only had it for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
but it was like literally. I don't think I could have been awake for more than 5 hours a
Yeah.
day. And even when I was awake, I wasn't coherent. And I
Yeah.
got that on a.
But
ski
all of
trip.
us, all of us probably had COVID, right? I mean, you tested positive. We just went on a tubing trip recently, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we hung out again after Mexico.
Yeah, but
and-
dude, it's not that simple. Like we got it when we got back. Well, I got it when I got back, and the girl who told me like the only reason I wanted to get tested is because of my work. Because like I was gonna go back in the office, and my work needs a negative test, but the policies have changed. Like so, my last day of being like contagious was probably on like 2.5 weeks ago. So, you're only contagious for 10 days after your last symptoms. So, and you could test positive for up to 90 days. So just because I had it doesn't mean I'm contagious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So like, and either way though, like we didn't give it to anybody, and we did our 14-day quarantine.
I'm just
and
saying.
then some.
I'm just saying we all had it. Like, let's
Oh,
say
yeah.
you, me, and Paul. We
Yeah.
just slept a lot. It wasn't so bad. We
No.
didn't have any lung problems. But not saying that like other people like
Well,
I
exactly.
I have some friends, right? I have a friend, right, that they are so scared of COVID. They're staying home like,
Well, how
all
old
the
are they?
time. They're my age, but like
Ah, fuck,
they-
it's not a big deal for them. Dude, my landlord
for-
got it though, and he's 70 something, and he's fucking in bad shape. He went to the hospital. So I understand that like the whole like, yo,
Yeah, yeah.
don't like.
Well,
see
there you go.
old
You have
people.
you have the nightmare stories. Like their nightmare stories was like, oh wow, some people got it and their hearts are beating like 200 beats a minute, and they're having their hearts are exploding, their heads are exploding.
Yeah, but
It's like
I
all
mean-
these like terrible horror stories, or like, oh my gosh, their lungs are ruined for the rest of their lives, right? Like you read all these horrible stories.
I mean,
but then
yeah.
but then in our situation, all 7 of us got it, and it was just like a flu, right?
Well, yeah, but dude, like, yo, that's the thing is like, obviously the media and everybody's gonna make it like this fucking sensationalist shit, and they obviously are gonna report the exceptions to the rule and not the rule, and like you
Yeah.
know what? How many people have not been tested who had it who didn't even know they had it? So like, dude,
Well,
for
okay,
every test,
okay.
there's probably like every positive test, there's probably like, I don't know, 100 fucking people who don't even know they have it or haven't even gotten tested, and they're just like, yeah, it's just nothing. So like, obviously, yeah.
Well, okay,
it's like,
let's
But
get into conspiracies.
well,
now,
whoa,
all
hold
right?
on. Obviously, okay, look, guys. We're not denying this thing is real. For my whole point,
we're
like
not.
I understand the whole like hospital shit, like whatever.
We're both gonna get vaccinated, okay?
I'm not
We're-
getting vaccinated. Fuck that.
We're no.
for yourself,
say it,
dude.
say it, Mark.
I'm not getting vaccinated. Why? I had it, dude.
They're
What's the
gonna
point?
demonetize us. They're gonna demonetize.
Why do
us
we?
on
We're not
YouTube.
making any money anyways. I'm
know,
not
but,
getting
like, look,
vaccinated.
From
Okay,
the
fine.
3
I'll get
followers
vaccinated.
that watch these ads, okay, we're both can get vaccinated. Okay, like it's
Yeah.
important. And the thing that they're saying about these vaccines is that even if these vaccines come out, COVID's never going to go away. You're always going to have to
Exactly.
wear a mask forever.
No, come on.
What do you think about these talking points that you see in Time Magazine and Biden's campaign and Trudeau and everyone that's saying the Great Reset? What is this Great Reset they're talking about that
the
that
Great
COVID
Reset
is creating?
bullshit. No, it's total bullshit. Look, the Great
Are
Reset
you
is
wait?
obviously-
Are you a conspiracy guy? What are you talking about? Bullshit. They're all talking about this Great Reset that's happening because of COVID. It's like
What are you
this
talking
is.
about?
Like, I mean, Trudeau said it. He said, "This is our I don't know. We could take advantage of this for this."
But what is the Great Reset?
I have no idea. I just saw it on
Well,
Time
look, if we're
Magazine.
talking
I
about
saw
eliminating wealth and really doing a reset, that's not true because the reality is, like, the people who have lost out on this job on this are generally people who are lower income or the middle class. Like, I don't see how this has affected
But
rich people.
isn't that the Great Reset that the elite would like to have?
Why? Why would you want to take the money out of the pockets of the people who
I
buy
mean,
your products?
I mean, it is the biggest wealth transfer in history, though. Right?
How?
Like the rich. Well, I mean, look, Facebook, Walmart, Amazon.
How is this a wealth transfer?
They're getting richer than ever, right?
Oh, okay.
They're-
I thought you were
they're-
talking about a wealth transfer from the rich to the poor.
Well, it is because the middle class are disappearing, and all these small businesses, restaurants.
Oh,
all
okay.
these
Well, no, but it's not a
businesses are
reset. That's
dying.
not a reset. That's just transferring more money to the larger
But
companies.
that's the thing that's kind of weird, right? They call it the Great Reset. But so you could think, oh, it's a reset, as in it's going to be a reset that's going to make everything better. But like,
It's not.
It's these large corporations that are getting larger, while these mom and pops.
Well, yeah, obviously
businesses
they're just
are
going to
just-
gobble up the small businesses. That's the thing.
Yeah.
right? Like that's, and obviously, guess what? Oh, your business is going bankrupt. Who's got the money to buy you out? It's not another small business. It's a large business. And by the way, I'm not against large business. The problem is, like, I don't have a thing against problem with billionaires and shit like that. The only problem, obviously, I have is the cost of this pandemic is not being distributed evenly against society.
If there is a conspiracy and there is some elite group that's kind of manipulating this whole thing, I'm not hating on it too much because at least my businesses are growing. But if I
Well,
owned
yeah.
several restaurants or something,
Well, that's-
I would
yeah,
be
exactly.
I'd be really, really angry.
Well,
Really
yeah,
angry.
of course, I'd be fucking losing my shit, man. I mean, obviously, and rightfully so. But I mean, I don't know if I believe really in the Great Reset because if you look, the
Look,
thing is
I
that
don't know.
we're-
I'm just telling you about the Great Reset. It's just like this
No, I
talking
know.
point. You can look it
but
up.
But I mean, that's the thing is like I don't believe it's truly a thing. I mean, I think it's just a fact, like a thing of like the society you live in. So, if you live in like, for example, our province that's super left wing, like no shit, they're gonna be doing this shit. Like Quebec fucking takes shit to the extreme all the time. But like, look at Florida, man. These people are like, fuck this. So, the reality is like it's dependent on the will of the people, and obviously people are always going to trade security for freedom for security. And then if you have an opposing view, you're a goddamn murderer. So like in my family anyway, like I'm obviously the black sheep, and people think like oh my god, I'm so selfish for going on vacation.
Well,
but the reality
my
is,
sister thinks I'm a piece of shit for going to going to
but
Mexico,
dude,
right?
But
And-
that's the thing is like, well, you know what, dude, like fuck off. Like I did everything legally, and like fuck you. And the reality is like, you know what, man? Like,
whoa. You can't say that on this podcast. You got to take it back because there are going to be some people that think that you killed their grandmother literally because.
Yeah,
you
but
went
well,
to
let me
Mexico.
defend myself.
We
Let me defend myself.
We just want to
I'll
say
defend-
that we definitely did not kill your grandmother. We stayed home, and when we go out, we wear like lots of masks, right?
Yeah, well, obviously, but I'm saying that like, look, man, if I go, I don't know the last time I left my house. And the thing
I'm
is, like,
ordering from Uber Eats, okay? I'm not even going to the supermarket.
look,
so even
I've
though
literally
I went to
been in my house
Mexico,
for a
I'm
month.
being responsible.
okay,
Yeah.
the thing is, people need to
Yeah, there you
accept the
go.
fact that, first of all, this is going to just happen. We're just delaying the inevitable. And the thing is, like, my whole point was I was going to say is, like, the cost of this, I'm having my rum here. The cost of the virus is it's not being distributed evenly across society. And what I mean by that is, like, if you look at, like, my opportunity cost. So look, in, let's say, a year from now, I would have made 200 grand a year in salary, and subtract 200,000 from, or, like, let's be less generous, like 200 is maybe with overtime, and, like, maybe 2 years from now. But, like, if you, all the years that I'm unemployed not making 200, that's how much money I lost out on. And so
Yeah.
let's say that's going to be 5 years, and probably more, because I'm not going to go back to $200,000 salary. I'll be demoted to a co-pilot. Well, I was a co-pilot, but I'm saying that promotion that would have happened is not going to happen as fast. So if
Yeah.
you think about it, like, my opportunity cost is going to probably be $1 million in lost income. And so, like, I'm not going to ever see that back, right? I'm not going to have the opportunity to make that money back. Like, so I personally, it's not coming out of my pocket, but it's coming out of the opportunity to make that money. Is like, I'm essentially giving up, foregoing $1 million in salary for this virus if this lasts 5 years. And we can even say, we could be more generous and say, let's say I would have made like 80,000 for 3 years, and then 200, so like 8, 16, 24. Let's say I would even on the low end, it's probably like 750,000 or like 650,000 to $1 million is how much I'm giving up. Like, so, like, yeah, it's kind of fucked up, man. And, like, the thing is, like, look, like, obviously, okay, whatever, cry me a river, who cares? Like, I'm a pilot, but, like, there's also, you know, it's not as important for me because, like, the difference
Wait. You sent me a pretty funny meme today about
Oh, fuck.
pilots. I think
I don't know if I can talk about that one.
I
But,
think
okay, fine.
you should read it. I think you should read it.
No,
I really
man,
think
no,
so.
no. We're getting super political, but whatever.
All right.
No, because the thing is, like,
You
I'm
don't
gonna
like
piss
being
off my
political.
friends. No, because, dude, the problem is, like, I can't. I wish I could post that to Facebook, but, like, it's unfortunate. It's kind of.
But
true,
your
like,
friends are not going to listen to this podcast anyway.
No, but dude,
so-
like, the thing is, if you go back, if I don't know, man, you never know what's gonna happen, dude. You know, there's crazy. You know, when we were in Mexico, dude, I met in the pool there. I was talking to that Colombian girl, and, like, she's from the city, Cali, and I have a friend who's a dentist there, and she did her teeth. You know, I don't know, man. It's just, like, the world's so small that, like, I don't know. I don't want to take risks like that, and, like, but I mean, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Mark's been a fucking joke about pilots now," but.
All
I'm
right,
probably the least pilot out there.
Don't insult your pilot friends then. You never know what could happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, whatever. I don't know. Fuck. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. We gotta talk about more. We gotta be more funny. I'm not in a funny mood though. That's what sucks, you know. But shit.
Yeah, you're usually in a jokey mood.
Yeah, I'm not joking around right now. I wonder. It's probably because it's Thursday and gotta work tomorrow. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have anything else left to say.
Dang. So, like, what is this going to be our last podcast? Because
No, we're doing it again. What are you talking about? We gotta keep going, man.
We just have nothing else to say. We can't even keep it, dude.
No, we gotta think.
keep-
Look, we gotta think of a topic next time before we do this.
Yeah.
So, look, I mean, even
Sure.
I'm gonna text someone right now and be like, "Hey, can you give me a topic for
But no. We can't end it now. We got to keep it to 2 hours.
No,
2
man.
hours
I
is
think we cut it, man.
cut it. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we can-
anybody who listened to this, thank you, and
Yeah.
sorry for boring you to tears. We'll be back with a better podcast next time. So, thank you very much,
right.
everyone, for listening. This is Mark and Frank on the Unknown Name Podcast, episode 1. We'll figure out what we're doing next time.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Bye.